Damn.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a new episode of Kickback with Chad and Ricky. We got a crazy week in the sports world right now, so we might as well just dive on into it. Chad, what we got?
All right, let's start out with our NBA bubble update. So the hot topic this week, for the wrong reasons, is the food. After Troy Daniels shares a picture of his first dinner in quarantine. Ricky, would you eat that?
I've eaten way worse in my life. I think in my whole high school years looked like food like this. So it's not the worst thing in the world, just not what I would expect from some grown professional athletes to be eating. Anything on there that, is wetting your whistle, anything you get down on?
I mean, it has a little bit of everything that you need, but I have a question. Where's the protein? Where's the beef?
Do NBA players not need the meat pause right now? Everybody's getting slim. Everybody's getting skinny, I guess. So, that nice little garden salad on the plate looks all good. Anyways, regardless, Troy Daniels is showing that food. But that is the pre-chef, NBA chefs coming out.
Not the truth be told.
Right. So NBA teams have their own personal chefs. Players have their own personal chefs. And they're allowed inside the bubble. It's just right now they have to quarantine for a couple of days. So once the floodgates are lifted and they don't have Mickey Mouse and Goofy flipping burgers and making salads in the back, I'm sure this food's going to look a lot different. But hey, it looks like your boy in his cancer ain't complaining.
Yeah, let's get his take on the food.
First meal in bubble in Orlando. We got steak, greens, sweet potato, chips, fruit, some cheese, bread, salad, and some milk. I actually like it a lot. Not bad. Thank you.
So there was Ennis's take. He's happy with the food, but as Ricky just said, the chefs will be down in the bubble, not just yet. But someone who did eat well over the quarantine, very well, our guy, the NBA's moneymaker, Zion Williamson.
The future face of the NBA, seems like he has been eating all of his meals and staying up on his protein shakes during the quarantine. You guys remember he caught a little flack because he came a little fluffy back from his injury and falling asleep on the bench and stuff like that. But never a doubt about it, Zion's a young boy, and it seems like that rest and time off did him really well. Boy, looking like Bane out here, Chad. I'm a little scared.
So you know how the NBA, they expanded the amount of teams because they needed the Pelicans for the ratings, for the money. Everyday Americans, they got that $1,200 stimulus check. The NBA was like, hey, Zion, we'll give you $1.2 million if you show up looking like you're ready to make us some money.
Yeah, the whole season would have looked real goofy if Zion came back looking like the Pillsbury Doughboy or Kendrick Perkins out here. So happy for him. Hopefully they can make some noise. I'm not sure Ja Morant and the Grizzlies have the AC right now, but hey, it should be entertaining watching a guy jacked up Zion Williamson take the court just in a couple of weeks in due time. To be honest, Chad, I'm not sure if you think Zion has a career ahead of him in this field, but by the way he's looking, boy, probably could be in the WWE, don't you think?
Yeah, he doesn't have maybe the flaunting personality of maybe a Gronk, but I'll tell you what, the WWE, Vince McMahon, there is a spot waiting for Zion. Should that be a path you want to take one day for a few extra bucks?
Well, shoot, I mean, you got Zion, and then you got these two brothers right here. And you know what? We just gonna show the tape, because obviously, I guess wrestling is a resurgence in this country, first of all. I hope they're okay. Second of all, well, how are you doing that on concrete? That's crazy athletic right there, man. What you make of our man's acting out an entire fight scene in the middle of the parking lot?
Give these guys a show. MTV's starving for content. Here's your content.
Street wrestling. I'm watching this video. I'm scrolling through my timeline, and I thought dude was getting pulled out the car to get his ass whooped. But lo and behold, when they both go to the top of the cars and do a double power bomb, I'm a little lost for words. Apparently, this is not these guys' first times reenacting wrestling scenes. They do it in Walmart. They do it, at any grocery store. I'm sure they got a fight scene in the library at some time. I just got to say this, Vince, sign these boys before they hurt themselves for real, dog.
Ricky, speaking of people injuring themselves, Chicago Cubs starting pitcher Jose Quintana undergoes microscopic surgery on his thumb to repair nerve damage and will miss the start of the 2020 60-game sprint.
Why is he going to miss the start of the 2020 60-day sprint?
And Ricky, he sliced his thumb washing dishes.
Okay. All right. I think it's safe to say now, Chad, that the Jose Quintana trade is laughable when looking back at it in review. I'm sure everybody knows what it took to land Jose on the north side from the south side. It was a big price. And matter of fact, Eloy Jimenez is now going to be hitting balls out of the Schaumburg Boomer Stadium for spring training. Might hit my parents' house as a reminder of how awful that trade was, man. I can't believe it.
So this got us to thinking, where does this rank among the worst trades of Chicago sports teams in the last decade? And yes, it's pretty pathetic that we're able to put together a 5-trade list of just the last decade. So let's start it off here with number 5, the Chicago White Sox trading Fernando Tatis Jr. for James Shields.
Yeah, and that was going to be one of those situations that either Chicago team was probably going to make that stupid decision, because the Cubs wanted James Shields for a little while also, but the White Sox, in hindsight, completely overpaid for Mr. James Shields. And a fun, quick stat, when the Sox gave up Fernando Tatis Jr., James Shields was coming off the most home runs allowed in the major leagues. So, you got to give it up for that strong start to our ultimate F-up list.
This is like the trade that kind of Cubs fans get off on because, yeah, we lost that Quintana trade, but you guys traded Tatis Jr. But it still doesn't make up for giving up Jose Quintana for Eloy and Cease. Give us number 4, Ricky.
Yeah, number 4. This one's probably going to be at the very beginning of that decade look. The Bears going back and trading away all-pro tight end Greg Olsen to the Carolina Panthers back in the day. I mean, it was a head-scratcher when it happened. I liked me some Greg Olsen. I'm sure you did too, Chad. But all of a sudden, he became Cam Newton's best friend, and the Bears never found a tight end since then.
Good old Mike Martz doesn't need a pass-catching tight end in his offense. Well, maybe if he used one, he'd still have a job. Anyways, on to number 3. The Jose Quintana deal, the one we just stated. Yeah. Eloy Jimenez, Dylan Cease go over to the south side. Jose Quintana comes to the north side. His 13 wins last year. Now would you expect ERA in the mid-4s? What should you expect when you give up a package like that?
I don't know, man. The White Sox were awful when Jose was on their team. He was their number 2 starting pitcher. You get him, you give away a number 1 ace package for him. But we understood it. Cubs were in win-now mode, needed the back end of that rotation shored up. Jose Quintana, unless he's playing the Milwaukee Brewers, is a number 4, number 5 starter. And then you take a season when they're only playing 60 games, Chad. Jose's going to get what, 10, 12 starts when healthy? He's not healthy right now. I don't know what to expect. All I know is we have a serious problem on the north side with that trade package. And that's why he is number 3 on this list. Number 2. Oh, man, this is one of my favorites. This one really, really hits home. Mr. Doug McDermott was acquired by the Chicago Bulls in a draft night trade for 2 first-round picks. Oh, my God. Chad, what do you make of really what ended up being the cherry on top of the Gar-Pax era in transactions?
What do I make of Joseph Nurkic and Gary Harris not being Chicago Bulls? I mean, we got the picture right here. You see the 2 in their Bulls hats shaking Adam Silver's hand. It hurts, man. It freaking hurts. For Doug McDermott, who came over to Chicago and laid an egg.
I mean, lay the egg was an understatement. Hey, you want to take the Midwest guy? That's kind of what, like, Chicago franchises do. They, like, prioritize people from the Midwest like that's supposed to help them at all. And you know what? You put all the stock into a three-point shooter that never played defense in his life, didn't play defense in the NBA, and now he's a journeyman. Oh, yeah, it cost you 2 first-round picks and your current employment status as well. Sorry about you.
And now we come to number 1. Number one. It's been the elephant in the room since we started this segment. The worst trade in the last decade in Chicago is obviously Ryan Pace moving up for one Mitchell Trubisky, stripping his team of future draft picks, and more.
It just doesn't sound real. The fact that the Bears didn't just trade up to get Mitch, that's not what I'm upset about. And I don't think that's what the Bears Nation is upset about. It's the fact that they traded up one pick to get Mitchell Trubisky. Who was in danger or a threat to come and jump and leapfrog and take him? Nobody. Ryan Pace bet him against himself at the poker table, and he looks like he is going to fold after this year if the Bears don't do something special.
He bluffed himself. It's pretty incredible that he was able to do that in such a big spot. I mean, granted, give Pace the benefit of the doubt. GMs do make mistakes, and he has, fixed some of his mistakes. Hopefully Nick Foles will fill that quarterback void, but man, no doubt was that the worst trade to happen here in Chicago over the last decade.
And, real quick, cherry on top, it's probably not, for nothing that Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson were also in that draft. We're not going to bring that back up or anything. One's now a multi-quadrillionaire and the other one's running for his life in Houston, but still an all-pro quarterback. Hey, who are we?
I'm done debating the whole Trubisky, Watson, Mahomes thing, but, extra salt was added this week to the wound when Mahomes signs a 10-year, $503 million extension with the Kansas City Chiefs.
My God. 10 years, dog. That just goes to show how miles and countries apart away the talent is between Mahomes, Watson, and Trubisky. The fact that this man is going to now be damn near a billionaire off of NFL contracts alone in how many years, right? 4, 5, Super Bowl MVP, league MVP. That's a lot of money, Chad, and that's a lot of years. But hey, Mahomes is young. I'm easily giving him a 10-year deal. I'm probably let's know that it's 10 years on top of his remaining 2. So really, it's going to be for the next 12 years he signed a contract for with the Chiefs. And I am surprised that the NFL has done contracts with this much detail and length and flexibility. You have some of the numbers, right, and how this is getting spread out.
Let's get the numbers a little bit. When you say flexibility, man, only $63 million right now is a signing bonus.
Only $63 million.
Which means in the coming years, they can take some of that guaranteed money and turn it into his signing bonus, therefore creating cap space over the next 5-ish years, which means a free agent towards the end of his career that wants to take, maybe a pay cut to come to the Chiefs, or even if you're a wide receiver in your prime that wants to take less money to come receive balls from Patrick Mahomes, we could be looking at a potential dynasty run here for the Kansas City Chiefs and Mr. Andy Reid.
Man, we'll look back at this and be like, did we just see the beginning of the Patriots dynasty here in the Kansas City Chiefs? Mahomes has got his first Super Bowl. He's got it very young. He's got Andy Reid, and as long as Andy Reid is going to continue to stay in good health and coach, I really don't see a situation where the Chiefs aren't a title contender year in and year out until my son is 14 years old. Yep. That's a long time. Missouri's about to be on the map bigger than they had been ever before in the world of sports. It's crazy, man. It honestly makes me think, with having a kid, who's going to be the athletes still around from today and still at the top of their game. And, I'm an NBA guy, Chad. That's where I hang my hat. So I only could think Mahomes got a 10-year deal. Who in the NBA deserves a 10-year deal today? We talked about this before, and we'll share it with y'all, but there's only a handful of today's stars that should be getting that bag. We're just going to throw out LeBron's not on that list. So who is?
So I'm going to start out with some might disagree, but I'm going to go with Jason Tatum. He's getting a 10-year deal for me. He is a budding superstar, still very young. I think that baby fat literally just got shed. I think the Celtics underwhelmed a little this year, so his play was kind of off the radar, but he still had a great season. How about you?
Yeah, I hate the Boston Celtics with every fiber I have in my body, but I do love me some Jason Tatum. I'm going to join you in the East. Obviously, Giannis is going to be on that list. The man is an MVP already, still figuring out how to be the best player in the NBA and continuing his dominance night in and night out. Still working on that three-point shot. One of those things click, it's already over for the league, but it will be like really, really over for the league. Another one that I got in the East that's a little bit controversial, I'm going with Ben Simmons.
Yep.
I don't care that he can't shoot. I don't care. He is 1/18th of a jump shot away from being a top 10 point guard of all time. He's the epitome of a point forward. And honestly, if you close your eyes and you look at the way he plays the game, without the outside shooting, so
I agree with you on Ben Simmons. You just got to build the right team around him, and I think they do have the right GM to do that in Philadelphia. You just got to surround him with shooters, give him a big that he can dump the ball into, and clear the lane for those get the shooters open for those driving lanes.
But Joel Embiid's not on that list. Too much of an injury risk. No, I would not give him a 10-year deal to that.
I'll tell you who was in that list. Our first guy out of the West, John Morant. He is the PG of the future, the point guard of the future in the NBA, without a doubt. He is arguably on pace to be a top 3 player in the NBA. Tell me I'm wrong.
Cool. I mean, if we're going off of his rookie year, he obviously is in due time going to be one of the best, if not the best point guard in the league. Let's just say in 8 to 10 years, right? My issue is the sophomore slump. Everybody goes through it. Your boy Jason Tatum went through it hard last year. Brandon Ingram went through it. So I love me some John Morant. Just need to see it in year 2 when all the league has tape on you. But I'm more than likely going to give him a 10-year deal in Memphis for sure if they had the opportunity, which they don't in the NBA, to give that back. They definitely would. Again, another rookie where I don't need to see anything else. Zion Williamson, looking like Dr. Hulk in the gym. He's easily getting the bag. We talked about him way earlier. Now, here's one that's probably a little bit more interesting, a little bit more highly debated. Lakers Nation, don't kill me. Would you give a 10-year deal to Anthony Davis? He's 27, easily one of the best defensive and offensive big men in the league. Versatile, dominant Chicago boy.
So, if we're talking 22, 23-year-old Anthony Davis, yes, he's getting a 10-year deal for me. But now, on the other side of his 20s, it's a little risky.
But he's all NBA. He's all NBA defensively. He's still in his 20s. He hasn't even, the NBA prime for players is 31, 32. Right? Yeah. If we're saying Anthony Davis is in his prime right now, and he will not be leaving his prime until his early 30s, Chad, half that contract, you're getting an all-NBA player. Can you live with like a declining Anthony Davis to all-star level and then six-man backup center off the bench when he's 37? I think I can. I'm giving him the bag, damn it.
I can live with a declining Anthony Davis, but I can't live with an unable to play Anthony Davis because of his injury history. I mean, just got, like you called a spade the earlier. Got to do it the same here. His injury history is the only thing that's scaring me away, but I hope he does.
Yeah, it is a piece. And just so you know, I'm giving you the bag, Chad. I don't know if he's doing it, but I'm giving you the bag. But who are you guys giving 10-year deals out to? Not just in the NBA, just all the sports. Think of baseball. Mike Trout has an obnoxiously long contract. They give those out like candy in the MLB. But in the sports world, who are you guys giving the 10-year contracts to? Let us know. Kick back with Chad and Ricky.